Knockout Source, yeah, no question. That'll
So
be crazy. That'll be crazy. Speaking of that fight, man, like I was listening to shout out to 78 Sports. I ain't one of them shows where I don't give nobody their credit. I listen to everybody. And he had something on the other day where he was talking about Shakur. This is about a week ago. He said that Shakur was saying if you pick Errol for against Bud for the first fight, that you're a casual. Casual is like the worst thing you can call like a hardcore boxer fan. That's what I mean. So I ain't like that. I picked Errol. I fucks with Bud. You know what I'm saying? Now every time you pick up one, it's like the other side think making you seem like you don't fuck with the other one. It's like some crazy shit. But I still having problems wrapping my mind around what happened that night. I'm like, damn, like, did he have an off night? We know all the excuses, man. The weight drain and the car accident, the liquor abuse, all that. We know all that shit. But my whole thing is, did I think Earl was iller than he really was all these years? You know what I'm saying? Or like, what was your whole? I know it's been a while now, but what was your take on that shit?
Nah. I'm glad you asked because we need to really look at ourselves. Those that's in this thing of ours, you got to look at yourselves and realize you don't have to choose. In other words, when you choose your guy, you don't have to down that next man. So people made this a thing where choosing Spence made you go against Bud.
Yeah.
And right, but for me, I was honest. Like, it was hard because I had to pick between choosing that Jamaican heritage and Errol Spence. But just what I love about boxing and what I love about Marvin Hagler and that type of fighter and what I saw in Terence Crawford.
No question.
But when Shakur do that, he do us dirty because what about the cats that's loving him now because they like, his pops is Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So they're gonna choose him because we primal with this.
Yeah,
we choose
no
with
doubt.
our heart sometimes against our mind. So
absolutely,
it's a little bit naive to say, it's casual. It's to say, we might not be relying on our boxing instinct. We might be a little bit too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, our
maybe
fandom.
In that way casual. Maybe in that way.
Yeah, you did. So at 154, right? Mm-hmm. They both said they had problems making 47. Like, what changes at 154 in your opinion? The strat. I mean, like we saw Deontay Wilder, right? When he got with Malik Scott, right? You seen the minor adjustments against Fury. You didn't see nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like overnight. You're gonna all of a sudden be a different fighter. What's the difference at 154, man? Is this a fighter? Is this another? Is he gonna get washed again? In your opinion?
What it does is satisfy anybody who believes the white man's ice is colder. You heard? Because look, if he was weight drained, okay, now he's not weight drained.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it was, it wasn't enough to whatever you think it was, the rematch should satisfy that.
Yeah.
I don't really think anything changes because what I said all along, and I hate to be one of those guys, but it's something different about the mentality of a dude that his mother put him in position that he had his back against the wall. And I'm talking about Bud Crawford.
No doubt.
That story always stuck to me when he was like, his moms would line up fades for him because if he run around trying to bully everybody, she know, you think you the bully?
Yeah.
Go ahead. And he would run through the neighborhood.
That's different. He got that dog in him for real.
Right.
Yeah.
So and look, I'm gonna keep it even realer. With Spence, my thing was always, and I say this for me too, because I don't have that level of discipline. But somebody that gotta put it away to get serious versus look, I'm rolled up right here. Ain't nothing wrong, right? You got you, but Bud don't got none of that.
No vices. Yeah.
No vices. So that tells me something about his mentality.
Yeah.
About his endurance. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And these elements are never too deep for boxing because this is what supersedes the physical. This is what you need for any level of combat when you got to dig deep and you might have had to take a knee or that eye gets swollen or that body shot hurt or such and such, right?
You think AB turned him out? You think AB turned Errol out? Because he was one of... I don't remember him. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't remember him being as like. Remember that little time he was running around? He started buying chains. He started drinking. He started hanging with AB a lot. And he was partying a lot. I was like, damn, I thought Errol was more buttoned up than that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it could be or just be off the porch. Period. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could just be once he got to become Earl. You know what I mean? Listen, when he was younger, Young Era, as a Jamaican kid, were you Errol Spence Jr., the professional fighter? You got money. You got. It's different, you know. You have to embrace that fame.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody does it different. And like I said, it's you know, it's nothing against him. And to your point, I don't think he's not what we thought he was. It's just that we have to recognize that there's truly levels to this.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you think it's a does it go to the cards at least, or it's another knockout?
If it goes to the cards, it would be because number one, Earl, he would have to rely on if he has it something more natural. In other words, him being a southpaw and then being technically proficient as a southpaw probably ain't, you know, the best. If you're a southpaw, it's probably better to play it natural. Your offense should be your defense, or you should have a different, you know what I mean? But
yeah, that's a fact.
You know, to ask him to do things that he's never done is a lot. But just to say, hey, you're gonna have to you've already lost by stoppage, so there's no shame, there's no pride. If you gotta just, you know, not try to catch punches and literally move a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Use your feet a little bit more. Stop trying to pressure. Do something different. And just like,
that ain't working with Terence.
It ain't working with Terence. You know
can't fight Terence like you fought Ugas, or you even fought Sean, or even, you know, name somebody where he would just, you know, like you said, like get inside with him and bang out all day. That you ain't gonna work with Terence. You know what I mean?
But he's got to fight like he can still, even if it doesn't work, because if he go in there like, I know I lost that last time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like almost got to go in there not ready to go down, but ready for it to go down.
Yeah.
You know?
And you got to figure out how to get that jab back in action, man. Control that distance, like all that fucking jabbing to the stomach shit, man. That's just not gonna fly this time around. You know what I mean? So he's got to know that. You know what I mean? And he looked slow doing it. Remember Wilder was doing that with Fury, I want to say the third fight, when he got kind of rocking with Malik a little bit, and that jab to the stomach, that shit. Terence was reading that like it was like he was in slow motion. You know what I mean? He was just catching him, boom, with that hook or that jab, that power jab. But last thing on Errol, man, you think he truly wants his get back, or is he cashing out?
Both, because both can be true. Because why risk anything else against anybody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like why does he have to? Why should he? He really don't need, especially given the wear and tear he had on him. You know, you pull up his Carfax, he done been in a few, and I mean that literally and figuratively, right?
No doubt.
If you cashed out on this fight, listen, anywhere over 20, 30, 40 mil, and you're going to get anywhere north of 20, 30 for the second fight, take this fight, give it your all,
and make move,
and ride on out into the sunset. There's no shame in that. Like,
so you think it's a wrap? If he loses, it's a wrap. He's not gonna go fight Zoo or you know or Tony Harrison or some dude at 154 or some shit like that, right?
If listen, unless he was bad with his money or he crazy as hell, he better not. He better fucking retire, because then you got to talk about quality of life. You want to be able to see out that eye. Ask Sugar Ray Leonard about that eye.
Yeah, no doubt. So So you're basically saying it's a cash out.
It's gotta. It should. See, I don't want nobody to feel like that's a bad thing, because this is what he built himself up for. Now, some people may or may not want to throw him to the wayside, which I don't encourage, just because he lost to a guy the level of Terence Crawford. But as a prize fighter, as a champion, this is what you build yourself up to. This is the part of the game to where, when we don't like talking about the numbers and the purses and the business part, well, this is why they talk about it, because if you got to go out, this is the way to go out.
Yo, that's a great way